When I was doing my graduate work, I was at a teaching hospital and somebody had been to one of the courses I had done and asked me to come and teach on the dissociative unit at night. And I was glad to do it. I wasn't getting paid. It was all on my own time, but I wanted to see, could what I was doing make a difference to other people? They especially wanted me to teach about yoga and meditation. So I did. And what I realized is, how do we actually take these great teachings and parse them down into smaller and smaller bits so that they're accessible? And that then became the foundation of Becoming Safely Embodied Skills, which we did together for so long. And then everything else that I've done since. Training in attachment theory was like another layer. So the Becoming Safely Embodied Skills were these primary understandings. How do you live inside your own skin? And then attachment theory was, how do you form a self, a solid, steady, secure self inside, so that you can be with whatever comes up in life. So that's the whole preamble. And I could drop into some slides now if you want. Janina, what do you think?
Yeah. I think that's great.
Okay, let's do that. What I have come to believe is that trauma is not something that is meant to make us less than, to make us wrong, it's not about hurting ourselves or being hurt. It's not about being left out of life or not belonging. I really have come to believe that trauma can be a modern day bodhisattva training, meaning it's a place to transform our suffering into compassion. A bodhisattva was somebody back in the old days, in the ancient times, that deliberately chose to do that, to transform the suffering of the world into compassion. And this is the opportunity I think that we have, and it's, gosh, I think we're so, we have the skills in our world and our toolbox to be able to do that now. And this is not like a crazy idea. People like Ed Tronick talk about needing to have an optimal level of stress so that we can develop a character, so we can develop a sense of self inside. And if we look at some of the basic teachings of self-compassion, concentration, mindfulness, mastery, these are all the skills that build that foundation so that we can actually have an integration, so that we can be inside ourselves and be with what goes on. Because you and I know, and everybody here who's listening and working with people with trauma knows, that the more we sit inside the suffering of our world, the more it feels like reality. We can't get out of it. It's the air that we breathe. And then it feels like we're stuck and we're doomed. But it's not true. And we know this from all the research on positive psychology, post-traumatic growth, that we can literally change the default settings, not just in our brain, in our nervous system, in our body, mind, and heart. I have seen this over and over where people flourish. You have too, Janina, I know, where people become who they want. They can release their history. And that's, I feel really dedicated to that, to creating that forum for people to do that.